Hi, this is Amelia, and I'm going to be talking to you about Voki, which is the audio uh, tool that I decided to use because I had heard about it from some of my colleagues at work, and the school that I am working in has just started to really input technology into the classroom. So teachers are always trying to find new ways for students to create and share amongst their fellow classmates. Also, when I visited the Voki site, from my first impressions, it looked really user friendly with all the tabs across the top of the screen. And I'm interested in trying to find a user friendly tool for my classroom that has a lot of different options. And Voki definitely looked like it had a lot of options. And I figured that if I can figure out how to use something, my technology friendly middle schoolers can definitely figure it out probably in a lot less time than I can. So I think the website says it best. It says right here, it says that Voki can be used as an effective learning tool to engage students with interactive lessons, introduce technology in fun ways, and it's great for homework and projects too. So I think those are the three things that I want to focus on with using it in a science classroom. And I think that it's a great tool because this tool allows students to communicate and it gives themselves a voice without having to physically be in the room with their fellow students or their teacher. So, getting started, it's important to know that there are three different options when using Voki. There is the Voki that I'm going to step you through today, which is just the Voki, and then there's Voki Classroom and Voki Presenter. So I'm going to show you the three types of Voki. So like I said, there's Voki Free, which is what I'm gonna talk about today. Um, but I think as a teacher, I think it would be best to use the Voki Classroom option. But this does cost you um, some more money. So you can see that there are three different options. And you can see that Voki is free, and then Voki Classroom does cost you $29.95 for a year, or $49.95 for 2 years. And for our purposes, Voki Presenter doesn't seem too relevant. So Voki Free is easy, and I'll step you through this in a little bit. But just a quick overview of the three types of Vokis. A quick thing is you can quickly and easily create a unique character using Voki. Um, that's fun to customize with myriad of faces, clothes, accessories, backgrounds, and you can add a voice just as simply as creating that character. And I'll step you through that in a little bit. And once you're done, you can easily share your Voki with a variety of different ways. So you can see you can simply get started, and then you can share it. And there's so many different options for ways to share your Voki once you're finished with it. Also, Voki gives you access to a large selection of teacher lesson plans, which are great because it shows you ways to use Voki in your classroom, and it gives you a variety of different subjects and different age groups to work with. The only drawback that I saw is you see there's different features with the Voki versus the Voki Classroom, and the free Voki, you can only have your message up to 60 seconds long. And with the classroom option, it's only 90 seconds. So the one nice thing about the Voki Presenter is that it's on an unlimited amount of message. But the Voki Classroom looks great for the teacher option because if you can see, you get the same features as the Voki, so like the really easy customizable characters and the easily sharing. But as a teacher, you can add and manage classes with each of your students in it, and the assignments, and you're able to leave feedback on your students' work. And this would be a great way to do homework and projects and make them really fun and interesting. And also, students are going to be able to publish their assignments for their classrooms to view their responses, and just their class to see the responses. And it's privacy protected, so only those who are registered can see it. So it'd be a great classroom tool. Okay, so moving to the actual Voki, I'd suggest registering for a Voki account prior to getting started, just because it does make it a little bit easier. And like I said, it is free just for the regular Voki. So all you really need is your name, the email address you want to register with it, and then select the password. And then you need to just certify that you're 13 years or older, which we all are, and you just need to accept the terms of use. So I'm just going to quickly sign in real quick since I already have added an account. Okay, so once you log in, it brings you to kind of your like home screen where everything that you've already done is up there. And you can see that I have a few that I've just been kind of playing around with, just to kind of test this out before I went and actually did this screencast. So this is kind of your main like managing space, and from there this is kind of where you can go and you can say, okay, I want to create a Voki. So this is kind of where all the craziness begins. So you click create. This is how you start. So even if before you had registered, you can create a Voki without even registering, but I do think it's a little easier to register before you even get started. Pardon me. Okay, so this is where you can really customize your avatar. And when I say customize, I mean there are thousands of options. So this really allows your students to put their own twist on their character. You can have their character look like themselves. So you can see here, there's all sorts of options. You can click through this whole process or this whole scroll of different, holidays, Digimon, dogs, cats, 3D world, beaches. I mean, some of these, the ones that do have the little cap, aren't in the free option. They are if you are the teacher in the teacher option or the presenter option. So that's only another small drawback to the Voki, but there are plenty of free options. So I'm just going to go to classic because I think that's probably easiest for today. And I'm going to pick, let's see, actually I'm not going to pick classic. I want to pick something that looks a little more, here we go. It's a little easier to customize. So you can start with the head, and then you can add different kinds of hair to her, mouths, and then within this you can also go down here and change the color of the mouth. So you can change the color of the eyes, you can add some makeup, you can add eyeshadow and blush, and you can change the skin color and the hair color. There's really, and then from there you can even tweak, how big and how small everything is. So it's really, really customizable even just in your specific character. And then you can even you can change the clothes types that you have. You can add costumes, you can add hats, you can add bling, you can add glasses and jewelry and all sorts of things. So you can really see that you do have a lot of options. And from there you can even change the background so that you see you have a guitar player here. There's sports backgrounds, there's holiday backgrounds, there's indoor, nightlife. You literally travel. So you honestly can put your avatar anywhere in the world. So I'm going to have my avatar in New York. The other really cool thing is if there's a background you don't really see that you like, you can actually even upload your own background. So you can see there's an option to browse, and you can browse through your files and see if you want to add something, and upload your own background. You can actually customize the actual player or the kind of frame that it's in to a different color. So you can see there are literally thousands of ways to customize this. Once you're through that, you need to give your character a voice, the most important thing with all of this, right? So there's 4 different options for giving your character a voice. So the first one, you see that it's a phone. This actually allows you to call a phone number and use your cell phone to record your 60-second message. So what you need to do is you call this number, and then you enter a passcode which associates this Voki with your account. And then you can also type. So you can have your Voki say hi, I am Amelia. And you can have it speak in all sorts of different kinds of languages. So I'm going to choose English just for our purposes. And then you can give it all sorts of different kinds of voices and accents. So I'll have mine talk as Jennifer. Or you can actually record this on your computer using a microphone. So it's easy, and you just hit record. You have up to 60 seconds, and you can replay it when you're done to listen to it. Or you can upload a voice to your character. You may have pre-recorded something or recorded something on another device or something that you would like to use. So the only thing with this, you have to make sure that it's a .wma, .pcm, .mp3, or .wav file. So this is on easy. You just hit browse, pulls up your menu, and then you can upload from there. And also you can listen back to it to make sure it sounds okay. So once you have your character, give it a voice and give it a personality, and you think you're done with it, you hit publish. Whoops. I thought I had given it. There we go. Hit publish. From here, you're going to name your scene. So for this, I'm just going to call it Voki Presentation so that I remember what it is. Your students would probably give it either their name, an assignment name, a class name, something so that you can identify it easily. And look at that, your scene has been saved. So from here, now here are your sharing options. So you can see that you can set the size of your Voki, or you can also pick straight to post it to Facebook, Twitter, Google+, WordPress, or Blogger. So that's, very easy. You also have the permalinks, so you can copy and paste it and kind of send it to people that way, or you can actually use the code and place it in your web page using the HTML. You can also send it to a friend through an email. So you can see there are lots and lots of different ways to kind of share and get this kind of communication and connection going. With students in the classroom setting using the Teacher Voki, it's connected to an assignment, so it would be uploaded to that class page, and you wouldn't have to necessarily share it, but your students would be able to also share their ideas other places on the internet. You can, once again, if you go back and you decide you don't like your Voki, you can edit it right from here, or you can create a new one. So that's kind of the basics, and from this screen you can actually go back and you can look at, okay, here's all of my Vokis, and this will give you your old Vokis, so you can see the one that I just did. If you have a question on, how to do something, the Learn tab is a great resource for that. It gives you a great place to learn about Voki. So you can see all the different steps of creating a Voki. Like I just stepped you through some frequently asked questions. You can see down here we have the Voki tip of the week. That's always great. It shows you how to use Voki and other resources. There are great tutorials, the official ones that walk you through everything that I went through today and all sorts of other things. If you're a first-time user or a refresher, these are great. If you're interested in expanding on what I went through today, there's some quick links for using Voki on your iPad, using their lesson plans, and using their blog and their newsletter. Overall, I think Voki is a great tool. I found the site really reliable and easy to use. The ads on the sides I did find a little annoying in my own opinion just because they are so big. But for a free page and a free resource, I think is definitely very manageable. And I think as a teacher, upgrading to the Voki Teacher would definitely be worth the money. But I think the free version is definitely a great tool. I was really impressed with all the ways to customize the Voki character to really make it your own, which I think the students will love. And I think it's very straightforward and easy to use both for students and adult. And you can take as much time to customize your character and add a voice, or you can simply 60 seconds create a Voki and publish it. And I think it'd be a great way to have students participate in answering a question or sharing their ideas in a fun and interactive online community that's safe, especially with the Teacher Voki and the classroom setting. So that's just my presentation on Voki.